So this video is for my friend Asa because we had a discussion about how to make a Lego Rubik's Cube. And the Rubik's Cube we saw on a YouTube video could spin on 3 levels. The pieces on the top were all fixed. And Asa had the idea of making the top be able to turn around, like all as one piece, which I think was a great addition. And this video is going to show how to build different bits of it. The problem with building the Rubik's Cube, it's not that difficult, but you need a lot of the same pieces over and over again. You're going to need a lot of 2x2 tiles or plates. These could have studs on them and they'd still work fine. And preferably ones in nice bright Rubik's Cube type colours. And you're going to need a lot of 2x6 plates to make the sides of each level. So each level, there are 3 levels to the Rubik's Cube. Each level has 4 sides, which means that you need 4 of these for each level. You need 12 of them altogether, and then you need some more for the insides as well. And you're going to need, for each level, you're going to need 12 of the tiles or plates, which means that in total you're going to need 36 of those. But the hardest piece to have a lot of is probably this piece. It's the bracket that attaches these on sideways to each level. Now, the bracket that you need is this bracket here. It has 4 studs facing sideways, and then it has a little foot at the back with 2 studs on the back. And you cannot use this bracket here, which is more common. I thought, Asa, when we were building it, that we might be able to use this, but we can't because this has studs on top, and that would mean that it would catch on the bottom of the next level. The top has to be flat. And you see here, if we use the other one, its studdy bit ends up on the bottom, and the bottom is flat. And then at the top, there's a gap, so it's nice and flat and empty. So you need to collect a whole bunch of all of those pieces. And we're going to start with the middle section of the Rubik's Cube. The top and the bottom are actually exactly the same as each other, just reversed. The middle section, let's see, take it apart a little bit so we can see. So for all of them, for the top and the bottom and the middle, you're going to need make 4 of these for each level. So this is that bracket piece on the back with the foot at the bottom, the 2x6 plate sticking to the side, and then you have to choose what coloured squares you want to put on it, and that's one part of the side of your Rubik's Cube. So you need to make a whole bunch of these. For the mid-section of the Rubik's Cube, minus those, it is literally just this. It is a 4x4 round plate, which has a crisscross hole in the middle. Well, it has a round hole in the middle. And then on top of it, in the centre of it, you're going to put a 2x2 round plate that has a crisscross hole. And then we need to build out to make our 6x6 shape of the cubes. So we're going to take 2 more of these 2x6 plates, and then we're just going to fill in the gaps in our square there with 2x2 plates. So now we've made a 6x6 shape that has a crisscross hole in the middle and has this round hole bit on the bottom. And you're going to take your side panels that you built and you stick them on underneath, like next to the round plate. And you do that, you go around all 4 sides. This one needs fixed a little, there we go. And this is the middle tray of your Rubik's Cube. Now, for the top or the bottom, because this could be either, first you're going to need 4 more of these side panel pieces that you're familiar with now. And for the top bit, you need a 6x6 plate, and then you need to cover it with coloured squares, and that's going to be the top of the cube. And if you're making a top that spins, then you're going to need another 6x6 plate that will go underneath that one, And on it, you're going to see, so this is just a 6x6 plate, just the same as the other one. And on it, you need to put flat tiles all around the edge. They don't have to be the square ones. You could use any sort of flat tiles to fill this in. And then you put one of these little 2x2 turntable plates in the middle. And you see, and then this will go on top. And now that makes a top piece that will spin. Now, underneath in the middle, you're going to take this round brick and stick it in. And it again has a hole in the middle. Our stick that everything turns on is going to go there. And then we need to kind of build downwards so that our brackets will go in the right place. So you fill in, you could use any sort of size and shape of plate to build down 2 layers of plate. So I'm going to skip these 2 gaps, don't matter, because I'm covering them up with 2 more 2x6s. And then I'm going to fill in these gaps. I've run out of 2x2s, but it's okay as long as the edges are filled in. Okay, so now I'm going to take my brackety pieces and I'm going to stick them on around the edges underneath like this. So now this is the top level of my Rubik's Cube. And you see, and it sits on top of the bit that I already built. So the bottom level is literally just the top flipped upside down and put on the bottom. So I have another one built already and I'm not going to build it again. I'm just going to, it's missing some tiles on one side. I'm just going to fill them in. Okay, so now I have my 3 pieces. I have my 2 top and bottom pieces and my 1 middle piece. And I have just any old Lego 4-long bar. This one's a lightsaber. And I stick it into the one that's the bottom. And then I slide my middle piece onto it. And I turn the top one the other way up and I slide it on. And now, there's my Rubik's Cube.